50 years ago, Richard John Bingham, who most people called Lord Lucan, was blamed for brutally killing Sandra Rivet, who took care of his children. And if that wasn't scary enough, he tried to kill his wife next. Thankfully, she made it out alive. But here's the crazy part. Lord Lucan never got punished for his crime because he disappeared right after. That's why everyone kept talking about this case for years. And why so? Many stories came out about people seeing Lord Lucan and him living secret lives. But now, new proof about what really happened to him has come out, and the mystery might finally be solved. But I have to warn you, the truth isn't pretty. The night of November 7th, 1974, changed everything for the Lucan family, because inside 46 Lower Belgrave Street, where Lord and Lady Lucan lived in Belgravia, someone was about to do something really terrible. Sandra Rivet, a sweet and hard-working 29-year-old woman, worked as a nurse and nanny for the Lucan kids. That night, she was walking down the narrow stairs to the basement kitchen to make a simple cup of tea when something horrible happened. Someone who had been hiding in the basement with a heavy lead pipe suddenly hit Sandra, and this person kept hitting her with the pipe until she stopped moving. Nobody heard this happening because Sandra was hit so hard and fast that she didn't even know what was going on, let alone try to fight back or scream for help. The house stayed quiet, just like it always did when the children were sleeping. Upstairs, Sandra's boss, Lady Veronica, the lady of the house, had no clue about the horrible thing that just happened downstairs in the basement. But while she was waiting for her trusted employee, the attacker came to her first. Standing right in front of her, she was hit on the head really hard, which left her dizzy and bleeding. In seconds, her hair was covered in blood. But even though she was shocked and couldn't believe what was happening, Lady Veronica's survival instincts kicked in, and she started looking for a way to get away. She soon broke free from the attacker's hold and ran out into the cold night. Her screams echoed through the rich neighborhood of Belgravia, and everyone in those fancy Georgian houses knew something awful had happened. Within hours, police detectives showed up and started figuring out what went down. The evidence included the pipe that was used in the attacks. The pipe had been carefully wrapped in plaster, which showed that the weapon wasn't just picked randomly. The attack itself wasn't random either. How carefully it was done showed it was planned, like someone had thought it all out. The evidence showed a really disturbing picture, and when Lady Veronica told her side of the story, everyone started suspecting one man, Lord Richard John Bingham, the 7th Earl of Lucan. Lord Lucan was well known in high society. He was sent away during World War II before going to Eton College and serving with the Coldstream Guards in West Germany for 2 years. He soon got really into gambling, playing backgammon and bridge, and was an early member of an exclusive group of rich British gamblers at the Claremont Club. People said that even though he was good at making himself look like a glamorous risk, he usually lost more money than he won. Still, he quit his job at a London bank and became a professional gambler. For the next 15 years, he built up a reputation in the gambling world as Lord Bingham, famous for his expensive lifestyle, racing powerboats, and even owning an Aston Martin. In 1963, Lucan married Veronica Duncan. News about their engagement was in all the major newspapers back then, and they got married at Holy Trinity Church, Brompton. The wedding had some pretty important members of high society there, including Princess Alice, Countess of Athlone. The newly married couple went to Europe for their honeymoon. Lucan, whose money situation wasn't great, got some much-needed help from his family. His father gave him a marriage settlement meant to pay for a bigger family home and any future kids the Lucans might have. Lucan paid back some people he owed money to and bought 46 Lower Belgrave Street in Belgravia, fixing it up the way Veronica wanted. 2 months after the wedding, Lucan's father died from a stroke, which was both sad and good news for Lucan because along with a huge inheritance of £250,000, Lucan got his father's titles Earl of Lucan, Baron Lucan of Castlebar, Baron Bingham of Malcolm Bingham, and Baronet Bingham of Castlebar, making his wife the Countess of Lucan. The couple moved into 46 Lower Belgrave Street in '67, but this marriage didn't last long even though they had 3 kids together. After the marriage fell apart in late 1972, he moved out to a nearby place in January of the next year when they officially separated. The separation was really messy as a bitter fight over custody of the kids started, which Lucan ended up losing. But Lucan couldn't stand losing and became obsessed with getting custody of the children back. He started by spying on his wife and then began recording their phone calls. He later hired private detectives to keep doing the same spying. He also brought in doctors who said that his wife had depression and anxiety, so she wasn't fit to raise the kids. Veronica had fired the children's longtime nanny, which made Lucan really unhappy. After going through several nannies, Veronica finally hired 26-year-old Stefania Zika, who Veronica told that Lucan had hit her with a cane and had once pushed her down the stairs. Veronica was apparently scared for her safety and told Zika not to be surprised if he kills me one day, so Zika left the family after a while. Nobody knew why, but Lucan told his friends that nobody would work for Veronica, but Sandra Rivet chose to work for Veronica. This obsession, along with growing legal bills and gambling losses, started to mess up Lucan's life, and his personal money situation got really bad. This bad turn his life took didn't sit well with Lucan, who saw himself as a classy aristocrat. He was addicted to high-stakes gambling, spending endless nights at the exclusive Claremont Club with other rich and powerful men. His money troubles were well known, just like his bitter fights with Veronica over money and custody of their children. On the day this horrible crime would happen to Sandra and Veronica, Veronica said that after putting the younger kids to bed, at about 9 p.m., Sandra asked her if she would like a cup of tea before going downstairs to the basement kitchen to make one, wondering what was taking her nanny so long when she didn't come back. Veronica went down from the first floor and called to Sandra from the top of the basement stairs when she was attacked, as she screamed for her life. Her attacker told her to shut up. Veronica later said that right then she had recognized her husband's voice. The two kept fighting. She bit his fingers, and when he threw her face down on the carpet, she managed to turn around and squeeze his testicles, which made him let go of her throat and stop fighting. When she asked where Sandra was, Lucan didn't want to answer, but finally admitted to killing her. A shaken Veronica told her ex-husband that she could help him escape if only he would stay at the house for a few days to let her injuries heal. Lucan believed this and walked upstairs to say hi to his daughter in bed. Then he went into one of the bedrooms. When Veronica came in to lie on the bed, he told her to put towels down first so she wouldn't stain the sheets. Lucan asked her if she had any sleeping pills and went to the bathroom to get a wet towel, supposedly to clean Veronica's face. In that moment, she realized her husband wouldn't be able to hear her from the bathroom and made her escape, running outside to a nearby pub, the Plumber's Arms. Lucan, realizing his ex-wife got away, went to the Chester Square home of Madeline, a parent of one of his daughter's school friends. This was around 10 p.m., and Florman was alone in the house. She first ignored the door because she got a confusing phone call and hung up by the time she got to the door. The person had left, but there were bloodstains which after being tested were found to be a mix of blood types A and B. After leaving there, Lucan called his mother and asked her to pick up the children from Lower Belgrave Street. According to her statement, her son said something about a terrible disaster at his wife's home. Lucan told his mother that he had been driving past the house when he saw Veronica fighting with a man in the basement. He had gone into the house and found his wife screaming. Nobody knows where Lucan made this call from, and possibly the call to The police broke into the home and found Sandra's body before Veronica was taken by ambulance to St. George's Hospital. But before the police could bring Lucan in, he had disappeared. To investigators, everything made sense. When Detective Chief Superintendent Roy Ranson got to the crime scene, the divisional surgeon had said Sandra was dead, and forensic officers and photographers had been called to the house. The first two officers who arrived had found that the front door had been kicked in with no other signs of a break-in. A blood-stained towel was found in Veronica's first-floor bedroom. The area around the top of the basement staircase had blood everywhere. A blood-stained lead pipe was on the floor. Pictures hanging from the staircase walls were scattered around, and a metal banister rail was damaged. At the bottom of the stairs, 2 cups and saucers sat in a pool of blood. The light at the bottom of the stairs was missing its bulb. One was spotted nearby on a chair, and blood was also found on different leaves in the garden out back. When the police searched the apartment where Lucan lived, nothing unusual was found. On the bed, a suit and shirt were laid out next to a bookaboo.